Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more Sekiro, where last time we ventured into the Hidden Woods, and I guess you could say we took on the Mist Noble. It wasn't that much of a battle, but the Mist Noble is very interesting. First of all, I hadn't thought of, at the moment, another reference to Mist that we have. I think we are closer to the having confirmation of Miyazaki's secret fascination with the Mist series. But also, it made me think of this guy. I don't remember if I mentioned it at the time. I think I might have, but we have here a Pot Noble. So we have the Mist Noble, and we also have Pot Noble. This guy actually has a name, Harunaga. But there is definitely a kind of a fish-like quality, it seems. I don't know exactly what type of fish, but the kind of like, almost like a catfish style whiskers that it seemed like the Mist Noble had. We don't have a great look at this guy. We just can see the hand, but it is interesting. The title here, I'm not sure if this is a translation thing with the term noble and how that might relate to fish, but it did make me curious to come back here at the very least and check one of the vendors that we haven't checked in a long time. I wanted to get a look at this floating passage text, because I did not remember. I remembered that there was an ability, and I remembered there was a mass fragment. I did not remember what the ability was. Unleash attacks in a flowing, dance-like form, overwhelming enemies in a furor of graceful aggression. This technique belongs to the Ashina Sword School, though it has been deemed heretical due to its foreign nature. Okay, flowing, dance-like form. Could be related. Once again, we've got this old dancer's mask, this dancing. The thought of dancing keeps cropping back up here, or the idea of dancing. I might be jumping to conclusions thinking that that is related to Tomoe, but it is curious. I don't know that it makes me curious enough to want to grab this right now. I don't think I actually want to buy any of these. I'm curious to save for the mask fragments. We've got this, and we've got the mask fragment that's at the memorial mob. I don't know what they do, but they do seem like they're supposed to be important. And I don't know if we only need, is it more than one? I might need to look at the other vendor to see. That says mask fragment right, which makes me think that there is just another half that's missing, but I don't remember if it's like mask fragment left. I feel like it might have been something else, like mask fragment top. But anyway, regardless, we have these fishy nobles. And in the case of the Mist Noble, the illusions that were being generated, the entire wood was being filled with this set of illusions that seemed related to, maybe not related to Hirata Estate, but the thieves, the enemies that were showing up in the illusions were definitely related to them. We'll have to keep thinking about that one. I do also have an idea that I wanted to explore. I had an idea regarding Kotaro. I had done some exploration around the Senpo Temple trying to look for Kotaro, but there were a couple spots that I didn't check, or maybe didn't check thoroughly enough, and I want to give another look. Let's go first to the Inner Sanctum, because I reviewed some of Kotaro's dialogue. I had been thinking about this, and I looked back a little further to remember some of his other dialogue, and he had mentioned something about, oh, there's something going on here. I immediately noticed as soon as we got here that the divine child here was not looking so good. I don't remember her being bent over like this. We'll talk to her and see what's going on. The dialogue that I had reviewed of Kotaro mentioned, when he was talking about everyone and that fact that he was supposed to look after the children, he had mentioned like the children of the rejuvenating waters. And I remembered the divine child had talked about that, and I had speculated that maybe these paintings were the children of the rejuvenating waters. I didn't know for sure, but it looks like we've got something new with her anyways. So let's talk to her. Doesn't seem like it's nothing serious.
顔色が優れぬ。ゆっくり休め。はい、わかりました。 何かあるか？何か欲しいものはあるか？
では柿を食べたいです。
わかった。
Okay. Well, I definitely have one of those. I'm surprised we didn't just offer it. I thought at first she was going to say the rice. Don't eat it. Like, I found out that we had a bad batch of rice, and that's why I'm not feeling well. But I think she was just saying, like, oh no, I can't give you rice right now because I'm feeling like shit. Can we give you the persimmon? I have 2 of them, I think.
巫女の忍びいらしてくれたのですね。
Yes, please. Quickly, take one.
柿だ。
誠に取ってきてくださったのですね。
食え。
はい、いただきます。
I always love the subtitled munching.
甘くて美味しいです。
そうか。
忍びよ、お手を。
だが
もう大丈夫です。お手を。
わかった。
豊かな実りをあなたに。
Yay, more rice. Okay. I was thinking there might be like an upgraded version of rice or something, but we're getting more rice, which is fine. We can totally get down with more rice. She kind of built it up though a little bit. I was expecting something a little more interesting than what we've seen previously, but it's okay.
礼を言います。巫女の忍び
Either way, you feeling better is really the most important part here.
たくさん実ったようです。よければ流院の巫女にも差し上げてください。
I see. Okay.
わかった。
Huh. Oh, here we go. Rice for Kuro. Ah, I see. So there is more to... I was going to say, like, they both seem like very important characters. Are we ever going to see them interacting in any way? And the answer is yes. We have rice specifically for Kuro. Rice that has spilled forth from the hand of the Divine Child of Rejuvenation, intended to be a gift for Kuro. Rice is precious. I want nothing more than for the divine heir of the dragon's heritage to get better. I mean, define get better. He's on a quest right now to sever the ties of immortality, and basically, I don't know if disowning his heritage is what he's on a mission for. We're still figuring that part out, but when you say get better, if it's just feeling a little less hungry in the moment, then we'll go with that. Kuro would likely be pleased to receive it. Likely. Not guaranteed. All right, well, we'll be heading to Kuro then in a second. I was not expecting for a little bit of a quest line here. Let's just talk a little bit more, make sure we've expended the dialogue. And we get back to, wow, we can give you another persimmon. Interesting. Are we supposed to do that maybe after we've given the rice to Kuro? And we could get more rice for somebody else? Potentially? If I request rice, we have 2 of them now. We should not get any more, right?
すみません。巫女の忍びよ。お米がまた。
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with the harvest being complete. I think it's a matter of we have more than 0 in our inventory. But give persimmon. Now the persimmons...
あなたの行く末。
Love how she says sayonara. The persimmons are a bit limited. I have never seen these, or at least I can't remember them dropping from an enemy. And the only place that I know to get them, I think there might be 2 at one of the memorial mobs here in Senpo. The memorial mob here in Senpo. So we have a couple of these, but I don't want to just give one right away. Maybe it's similar to the rice. Requesting rice, where if you're not ready to accept another persimmon, then we wouldn't be able to give one. But we'll wait on that for a moment. We're going to give the rice to the Kuro. So, okay, so that was totally an unexpected little surprise. And I'm curious to see what Kuro is going to have to say. Now, the other thought that I had regarding Kotaro The other spot that I didn't really check was here. I looked a lot of the places in Senpo, but I did not actually look. I did not actually look here. Okay, well, it looks like maybe he's not here either. I thought maybe the other spot that he might be would be... This feels like a spot where everyone is, right? Like there's a whole lot of statues here, and maybe he was thinking when he mentioned where everyone else is that this might be one of those spots, but this doesn't seem to be the case. I suppose the other place we could check... Wait, is this not communed with? Is this not communed with? So, something we learned last time, or maybe we've recently learned that communing... I'm curious to test something here. If an idol... I thought an idol, if it has like the fact that the three blue flames were floating around it. Are we able to warp to this one? We are able to warp to that one. Okay. So, for whatever reason, I might be reading into things too much there. We can warp to this, but it had... I guess it just says commune. Okay. I'm probably misreading how the animations work, but either way, we don't see Kotaro here. We could also... Are we able to go back to this if we inspect this? Does this take us back to where the monkeys were? It does actually take us back. He is here! So that's why we have the ability. This is not just a boss arena. There is other stuff here to come back for. I was curious why this would be a place that would be open for us to revisit. This takes us, I think, to the Inner Sanctum. It has the same beam of light there that we saw in the Inner Sanctum. We've never been back here after the monkey fight. We'll talk to you in a second, but we have to talk to Kotaro. Oh my god, I'm so glad we found him. Hi there, friend. Do things look different here? I think it was snowy before when we were here. Not sure. But you made it.
いやいや、そんなことはないですよ。あの人は目つきは確かにいいとは言えねえです。だけども、とてもいいお人です。
おい。
ん？おお、あんたか。よく来てくれたな。ほら、みな、忍びさんも来てくれましたよ。ああ、巫女様たち、ちゃんと挨拶しなきゃ。ん？ああ、そうか。忍びさんには見えないか。
Not quite.
巫女たちか。
そうさ。見えないけれども、いるんだよ。みんな、かわいい子たちじゃ。さて、あんたには礼を言わなきゃなんねえな。こいつを受け取ってくんろ。
Oh shit, we got a taro persimmon. A conspicuously red persimmon at the peak of ripeness, commonly called a taro. Or taro? Taro persimmon? Greatly increases posture recovery for a time, even when attacking or taking damage. The Ashina Taro troop... Oh, right. Yeah, Taro troop. Taro, are practically raised on these fruits, which is why they all know the best time to pick them. So he is from the... I'm just going to say Taro troop. That's easier for me. I'm thinking maybe a few steps ahead to... We still have 2 quest lines potentially that might need a big person from the Taro troop, and I'm curious to see if Kotaro is going to fit into that. But it's he's starting to become a little bit similar to the Onion Knight. The Onion Knight was such a beloved friend in the Dark Souls series, and I'm starting to feel a little bit that way about Kotaro. He's a very different character, but he's so likable, and I'm glad we were able to find him. Okay. Yes, I do not see all the children. I will take your word for it that they are all adorable. He was also talking about this guy over here looking a little shifty, but actually being a good guy.
どうした？巫女様たちもありがとうと言っている。みな可愛い子たちじゃ。
It looks like that is the end for now.
どうした？巫女様みな。
Okay, so we can't do anything further at the moment, but we did get a special type of persimmon, which I'm wondering, would that be something special to give to the divine child? We might hold on to that for now and see.
そなた、なぜ戻られた？私も、小太郎さんも。
Oh, really?
にここにありたいのです。どうか静かにお帰りくださいませ。
Sorry, my dude. Sorry to break your meditative state.
そなた、私。
Okay. Well, I'm guessing there's probably not much else to the area. But I am kind of curious to look around a little bit just to see if there's anything that attacks us. But yeah, I was not expecting at all for this area to be reused, but I should maybe have guessed the fact that we can even go back here probably means otherwise when you're playing a FromSoft game. Huh. Well, that is a great little furtherance or continuation of our Kotaro quest line. So let's see if this goes back to the Inner Sanctum. I would imagine that's where it takes us. Exactly. Okay. So we go back here. I'm curious if there is an additional dialogue option. I want to check here and see, can we actually offer you a different persimmon? We could. That is fascinating. Do I want to do that right now? I said I wanted to go talk to Kuro. We need to talk to Kuro first. So we are doing some stuff here. We have so many times, there's been so many times now where I have started an episode of Sekiro thinking, I'm just going to try this one little thing and, you know, it'll probably not pan out, and then we can move on with, you know, exploring beyond the place where we took out the Mist Noble. But we end up actually having an entire segment here where things are actually happening. It kind of makes me wonder if now or maybe very soon would be a time to do like one big backtrack. There is usually, I usually at least want to do one big backtrack once, maybe twice when I'm during the course of a playthrough, because there are often just things that you would never expect that have changed in areas that you would have never expect. And we might think about doing that sometime soon. But hey, I've got some rice for you, buddy.
戻ったか、狼よ。
はい。九郎様に預かり物がございます。
預かり物？
これを。
Gave rice to Kuro. We didn't even get the option. It's like, this is too important. We are not going to let you, we're not going to let you back out of this one. You are giving the rice.
米か。
はい。先方寺の巫女が九郎様にと。
そうか。それはありがたい。良き米と見える。
Low laugh.
実にツヤツヤしておる。
噛むとはもうございます。
噛む？
How do you know?
狼よ。米は炊いて食べた方がうまいぞ。
は。
そなた、甘いものは好きか？
何でも食べまする。
ならば、
Wolf ain't
嫌い
picky.
ではないのだな。よし。そなたに良いものを作ってやろう。
良いものとは。
それはお楽しみじゃ。
Wolf is actually one of the funniest characters. He is the classic, you know, what do you say? There's the comedic term, the is it straight man, or It's like the guy who sort of plays everything, you know, he's not trying to be funny, and then he ends up completely being funny. I am not explaining that well, but it's like, what is the term? But Wolf absolutely cracks me up all the time with his I'll eat anything. And the little period when he is so caught off guard about what to say.
いただいたお米でそなたに良いものを作ってやろう。
良いものとは。
それはまたのお楽しみじゃ。
Kuro's having fun with this. We're gonna have to wait and see. I wonder if we can sort of. I wonder if we can warp back. If we can warp out of here and come back, would that be good enough? Let's just go ahead and go back to the inner sanctum. Is there anybody else that we could give persimmons to? We know we have the ability to drink with several people, but we've never, I don't think we've ever seen the ability to give persimmons to anyone, so I don't know if I should hold on to this taro persimmon for any reason other than I would use it myself in combat. We'll have to think about that one. Really? Oh no, we might be ready. Here we go, okay. A sweet rice ball. Sweet, sticky rice ball made by Kuro, using rice from the Child of Rejuvenation, slowly grants medium vitality recovery and constant posture recovery over time. Once, when the wolf was starving, his father wordlessly handed him a rice ball. It was astoundingly delicious. This one is sure to taste just as good. That's interesting because it's very much like the story that Emma told us when we gave her the monkey booze, talking about the monkey that gave her a rice ball. It was astoundingly delicious, I'm sure, especially when you're starving.
おはぎじゃ。千宝寺の巫女殿にいただいたお米でこさえたのだぞ。さあ、遠慮はいらぬ。食うてみよ。
We actually got 2 of them. Are you sure we're not supposed to use this to take back to the divine heir?
いただいたお米でこさえたおはぎじゃ。
Or the divine child, I should say.
遠慮はいらぬ。食うてみよ。
Maybe it's just a special item for us.
行くか、狼よ。
Okay. I am still curious, just to head back here. Wait, I have to eat it here?
隠れて食う気だな。
You really want me to eat it, huh?
それもよし。
Okay, I guess let's do that. If it's part of your quest line here, we'll go ahead. It feels like this is actually sort of a quest item. The description, the way it reads here, feels like it's one that we should be using in combat and waiting to use in combat, like a what's the divine, I forget. It's essentially the equivalent of the divine blessing, but I don't remember what it's called right now. But it feels like he wants us to actually eat this right now. So for the sake of the story progression, of course, let's go ahead and do it, even though my value brain wants to save this for a very a very critical moment in combat. But let's go ahead and see. That's a cool animation.
そうであろう、そうであろう。
Okay. Is that it?
狼よ、私のおはぎはどうじゃった？
うもうございました。
であろう。幼き頃から菓子を作るのが好きでな。平田のお屋敷でもよく炊事場に入り込んでいたものだ。いずれいとまができたら茶屋でも開くかの。
Okay. Once we've cleared up this, you know, minor business of severing immortality, we're gonna open a rice shop. Sweet.
宣教に至るための子集めも進んできたな、狼よ。
Okay. That is an interesting little sequence of events. I'm thinking about, it might just be nothing more than that. But I often think, okay, what effect is this having on other characters, and who should I go back to? And, you know, should we talk to the divine child again? But it might be nothing more than a little bit of flavor, literally a little bit of sweet, sticky rice ball flavor. There's nothing. I don't know why there would be anything new over here. Do you have anything new? This is the same as before. Okay, let's head back one more time. This is this is such an interesting distraction. We're spending so much time here on this little side quest, but I'm interested in it. I'm interested to see what exactly we can do to make things happen. I think one other thing I might try to head back to Oniyama as well. Oh, there is more to this. Okay.
あ、もらった米を巫女様がおはぎにしてくださった。
まあ、流院の巫女がご自身でそのようなことを。
とても張り切っておられた。そしてとてもうまかった。
Wolf the food critic.
それは良かったです。ああ、そうか。流院の巫女もまた人なのですね。なんとは当たり前のことか。不死立ちもきっと故に迷い、それでも選ばれたのでしょうね。巫女の忍びよ、一つ聞きたいのですが。
なんだ。
巫女様の名はなんと。
九郎様だ。
九郎様。とても良い響き。いつかお会いしたいものです。
You would like to meet him someday, huh? What else would you like to know about how did he say it? Kurosama? The Japanese Lord Kuro there, the way it's said in Japanese sounds really cool. This is interesting. We might have a little a romance brewing over here. Okay, so there are some interesting little quest lines or side quests involving the characters, which is fun. And I do at some point want to give you a persimmon, but I think I will wait a little bit. We're gonna wait a little bit and ponder that. We found Kotaro, and we've done a little. Are we at the first stage of matchmaking between the divine heir and the divine child? Maybe I'm jumping the gun, but let's check with, once again, I checked with Oniyama before. I'm curious to see at what point, surely the guy that we're supposed to, maybe it's not supposed to be Kotaro. Who else would we get though if it's not Kotaro to help out Oniyama? Who else would this be? It's not prompting. What do you have to buy? You do have the infinite. We don't actually need this anymore. Now that we've picked up the Bell Demon, we actually have so many crafting materials or upgrade materials. You do have Yashiriko's sugar. Someone big and strong. Who is that supposed to be? I'm so perplexed. We were perplexed before by the his first request regarding what the samurai were interested in, and it was just a matter of time before we found the right eavesdrop. So maybe it's just a matter of time in this situation as well. Okay, I think we finally dispensed with our preliminary activities here. Let's go ahead and head back to. We're going to head back to, I need to remember where I'm going here, the Hidden Forest. We're going to go to the Hidden Forest, and we're going to see about taking on this drunkard. We haven't actually seen what he's called yet, but he looks just like Juzo the Drunkard. So we're going to head in that direction here and see. I would like to go to this one, please. Thank you. We're going to see how we want to tackle this situation, because we had a bunch of monkeys that were hanging out with the guy. Now I need to remember, it's over here, right? There is the wall that we can do the wall hug. And I think up here is where we're going. So, all right. So there are several monkeys that are there. And then there's the monkey that's up above. Do I want to use the puppeteer? I feel like maybe I want to use the puppeteer, but also that might put me directly into combat, and I would not get my surprise death blow on him. So I'm wondering if maybe the better course of action is to just do gouging top. Just to take these guys out. Tokujiro the Glutton. I kind of want to reset this because I would like to get the first death blow. We could probably take you on, but I am with the Bell Demon and everything. I am a little more wanting to tilt things in my favor. Although it looks like we're gonna have to do a quick reset here. Let me just do a reset by logging out and logging back in. Comes back with that that second swing quicker than I'm expecting. I do love that Shadow Rush knocks him out of the knocks him out of his attack sequence. Just kind of spamming Shadow Rush here. Shadow Rush, very nice. All right. We do get an unrefined sake. That's what I was kind of hoping. It makes a lot of sense that the game gives you 3 copies of Monkey Booze and 3 copies of the unrefined sake. Maybe there's more to find. Maybe we will still get more copies of that, and maybe there are more people to drink with. But that's cool. And we also got a prayer bead, and we got up to the next skill point. That's kind of how I was hoping to start things here. So we worked that out, and we got some ash as well for our troubles. So that feels pretty good. So let's go ahead now then. We'll just head back this way. Actually, we'll just head back to the sculptor's idol. Just go quickly back there so we can get our prayer bead. And now we have... I almost think that it might be time to just use all of those drinks and get whatever additional dialogue that we're meant to get. Because I actually think that it takes... One of the things that it does is it takes... you no longer have the option, once you've used Monkey Booze, for example, with Emma, I think it takes away the option to use the Monkey Booze. So it feels like the game is kind of intending for you to do each of those drinks with each of those people. We'll get to that later, though. We got our 6th prayer necklace. Nice, nice, nice. The centipedes will seek out a leader, often changing names out of loyalty. Centipede chiefs are known as long arms for their large talon-like weapons. The centipedes will seek out a leader, often changing names out of loyalty. Changing names out of loyalty. Because we've had long arm Senun, or centipede Senun. We've had long arm centipede giraffe. I'm not sure exactly how to interpret that there, but that's an interesting little tidbit about the... We're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on with the whole centipede situation. But we know it definitely is connected to the Undying. At the very least, we've got to be employing our Mortal Blade in more situations, probably, to take out the centipedes. I gotta use my grappling hook to get up here, apparently. All right, so now we are ready. We are ready to move on to the next to the next part of the zone here in the Hidden Forest and see. I think Jinzaemon had mentioned that there was a village that was down here that had been well hidden in the mist. And of course, it makes sense that now we've dispelled the mist, that Jinzaemon would have moved forward. So we're going to be looking for him as he continues to search for whoever is playing the shamisen. But we now have our buffed up vitality and posture, and we're ready to move on and see what's going on here. What is that glowing down below? Let's take a look and scout things out again here. What is this? Maybe just some fireflies, similar to the luminescent moths that we've seen. There's some loot on a boat. Some lit up. What am I seeing there? It looks like red. I thought there might be some kanji scribbled on there, but now I'm not sure. Really hard to make out stuff from up here, so let's go ahead and keep moving down. There are some nightjar, though. 2 of them. We had divine abduction that worked pretty well against you, right? Let's see if we can make it over there. Nice. This divine abduction is a nice tool to have in your pocket. I don't love that you throw your shuriken. They are a bit unsettling. It looked like he threw the shuriken, and I thought they were going to sort of boomerang around and hit me, but they never did. Okay, so we're going to have to continually battle this type of apparition, it seems. They're going to keep cropping up. Now, there was somebody else, it looked like, who aggroed. There is a sculptor's idol. Okay, I had looked for one at the end of last episode, but it was just beyond where we were looking. Now, who is this? Oh, is it another memorial mob? I think that's what I'm seeing. That looks like another memorial mob. Who else had aggroed here? I could have sworn there was another yellow arrow somewhere that I had seen. But I guess the first objective here should be to get to the sculptor's idol. Let's go ahead and lock that in. That feels very nice. So now we can look around a little bit more before we get to the memorial mob. Is there somebody... That is a wolf over there. Take you out real quick. Okay, now who is this up here? And also, who is aggro to me? Am I hearing the aggro music? It's just another wolf. I feel like I'm hearing... Oh, there's a guy down there. Who is that? That guy looks a little bit more of a handful than the average enemy. I see... You don't quite look like a nightjar. Are you one of like the shadow long swordsmen? Maybe it's a little hard to tell, but you might have the purple robe that the long swordsmen normally have. And I'm a little worried about taking you on straight up. Those guys are always a little panic-inducing. Let's go ahead and head up here for now and see if that guy de-aggroes. There are a bunch of wolves up here, though. Let's go ahead and switch to our whirlwind slash. Whirlwind slash is not always that great. That would have been the spot to use it. If the wolves get the jump on you, then it's not so good. We're kind of checking up here, but I still hear the music. I hear the music that that one guy is somehow still aggro to us. I thought it was just water. I thought it was just like swimmable water down there, but that doesn't seem to be the case, because that's where the guy was attacking us from. Oh, he's actually made it up to here. He has actually made it up to here. How tough are you? Very tough. Well, we did just get a sculptor's idol, so if we... I guess we can go ahead and... Wow, he just jumped straight up. He's coming our way. Okay, I guess we're in for a battle here. Do we want to... Is there anything that we want to... I'm going to keep leaning on Shadow Rush. Shadow Rush has done very well for me here. It is one of these... It's a Shadow Long Swordsman. I shouldn't have waited so long because he did get the heal off. Poison, huh? Okay, his posture wasn't too bad. You have a little bit of a different hood though. Some scrap magnetite, contact medicine. Okay. Yeah, so I was correct that you have the same, mostly the same garb as the other purple ninjas that we've seen before, but your hood is a little bit different. Got a gray hood. The one in the well had like a black hood. Not sure what those, how those are significant, but you definitely don't just de-aggro. Once you are on our trail, you really hunt us down. And it's good that we are more experienced, as well as definitely a lot stronger than the first time that we faced one of you. Especially if we're going to be getting into... If we're going to be facing more of them here in this portion of the game. Let's head down here. Get the item. Ooh, just a treasure carp scale hanging around. That's very nice. Can't go here, can we? So now we have 7 carp scales if we wanted to buy that mask fragment. But let's check with the memorial mob here as well. These do look like fireflies. And you've sort of got... You've got them trapped in some sort of cage. Another one. We haven't had too many of the Dark Souls creepy laugh characters. Another type of gourd. Mottled purple gourd, excuse me. A curved mottled purple gourd filled with medicinal water. Oh, it reduces terror status. Actually, that seems like that could be incredibly useful. The I sort of have regretted the purchase of the... Similar to prism stones and gold coins before it, the rice gourd, I have sort of regretted purchasing that. I thought it was like a quest related thing because that lady was asking for rice, and that was the thing. I'm just looking for things that match up in terms of words. Oh, this is rice. This is what we need. Turns out that was not the case, and I don't know. Maybe we will find a way to use that rice gourd more. So far, we haven't. Mottled purple gourd, though. I like the sound of this. Let's get a little more sen first, and then we can think about that. You got some really big coin purses. You actually sell adamantite scrap. And then you have Dragon Spring sake. A bottle of crystal clear sake, meant for sharing. A top shelf sake brewed by the Ashina brewmaster with water from the Dragon Spring. The pure water extracts every last bit of flavor from Ashina's finest rice. There are no words that can do the flavor justice. To understand, one must taste it for themselves. Another kind of sake. I definitely want to get that. You also sell carp scales. Dude, this is a really good memorial mob. Very, very good. And I want to buy almost all of it. Okay, let's start earning some sen. We have a lot of coin purses. We have a lot in savings, but I'd prefer to maybe not dip into every single bit of it to make a purchase. Let's try to earn a little bit more first. This is the creepy laugh memorial mob. Okay, that's exciting. I really want to be getting a lot of that. Okay, now there's another enemy here. And I'm looking to see if there's any others around. You are the one that was near the fireflies. I'm also hearing somebody else up here. I'm gonna take you out, but I feel like there might be somebody behind me. There's also somebody right here. Now, are these guys undying or something? Not totally sure. They kind of reminded me at first like the enemies in the abandoned dungeon. Seeing if I can sneak around some of them here. Yeah, they don't actually look too tough, but maybe they have, they go down in one hit, and they also don't seem to respawn. I was a little worried they might be undying at first, but maybe not letting them attack is the key, unless they are respawning. That's actually what's going on, isn't it? They're just respawning. I think, maybe not. I thought we were dealing with a respawning situation in the Misty Woods, in the Hidden Forest. That's the memorial mob light over there. I thought it was an item. Did I destroy the firefly ball? That is something. I'm wondering if they, because it did feel like there was multiple of them that kept spawning, but I'm wondering, did I destroy this firefly cage and they stopped spawning? Lump of fat wax is really good. We do need a little bit more of that for our prosthetic upgrades. So what is the story with this village? And will we hear a shamisen? Mibu Village. Wait a second, don't we have, isn't that the name from our, yeah, Mibu balloons. Mibu balloons filled with fountainhead water. And now we're in Mibu Village, huh? How does that all relate to these possession balloons? There's actually quite a bit. I'm seeing that the village stretches way over there, so there's a fair bit to explore here. This is still just very shallow water. Oh, we got a whole parade of folks here. A whole parade. And it looked like there was... It looked like there was somebody in the middle of that parade who might be a bit tougher than the rest. Not totally sure. Maybe not. Maybe these are all kind of similar difficulty. If they're all of similar difficulty, then it's not going to be, it shouldn't be too hard to take them out here. When everything dies in one hit, it's a little easier to deal with. A little less problematic. And also potentially quite lucrative. They do kind of get back up, don't they? Or at least some of them do. How is that working? Because there are some of them coming out of the ground. So when do they stop spawning? When do they stop coming back to life? Is it as a matter of just killing them all twice? Because some of them are leaving loot, right? There's some of them that are definitely sort of dying permanently and leaving loot on the ground. And I just haven't quite figured it out yet. But that is a lot of shit that we're picking up. So now let's see. Okay, so the person that here. So you're one that respawned. Do you drop loot? Let's see if we can figure this out. You do drop loot. Do you come back again? Is there a point at which things stop spawning? It does seem like we do reach that point eventually, and maybe it has nothing to do with like destroying some cage of fireflies. It just feels like it's a wave that lasts a while, but then eventually it stops. So, okay. It's probably going to get more challenging, or there's going to be some trick to things here that I haven't noticed yet. Whoa, what in the hell? There's a set of legs sticking out of the ground here. What in the hell? I don't even want to know what this remnant is doing here. But there is... That is an odd sight. Okay, there was actually blood splatter that came from that. What in the fuck? I don't remember seeing anything like this before. What is this? Why is this a thing? Okay, moving right along. I saw this odd shape over here, and I came back to explore. I kind of wish I hadn't. It's at least nice, though, that we do seem to be able to get through the... we don't have endlessly spawning mobs. We can get rid of them eventually. What are we looking at here? I was trying to figure out what this was from up above. Are these some sort of really small fish? I guess is what we're looking at here. I thought they might be some sort of weird... No, maybe they're slugs. But they have fins. Or a fin. They kind of look like slugs, but they also have a fin. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what to make of this. And also, what is this? What is the red stuff supposed to be? It's like some weird bacon or something. All right, let's go ahead and make our way around here. We'll get our gourd back. There are so many of you. And I'm just a little worried that at some point there's going to be one of you that's a little bit stronger than everybody else. So far, that has not been the case. So I might still use Shadow Rush just to kind of close the distance. Might do that to close the distance sometimes. Just seeing if any of the ones that we just killed respawn. Seems like no. So still not sure. I'm also noticing here's more of our weird fish slugs. Do I really care about sneaking up on these guys? I don't really. When you're easy to kill, I actually don't care. I care a little bit about ranged attacks. Ranged projectiles could be a little gnarly. But so far, this place is just kind of... There's a lot of annoying things with enemies coming back. But otherwise, nothing too problematic yet. The most problematic thing in this area has been the long shadow long swordsman. But I'm just gonna keep killing these guys until we finally get to the despawn factor. The despawn factor? The complete despawn point. Which seems to come eventually. I don't know exactly what is supposed to be the eventual trigger that stops everything from spawning. But right now we're just sort of farming. We're farming Mibu Village. This is not the worst experience that we're getting. Who's locked onto us? There's a bird up there. Oh no. There is a bird watching us from above. Not the bird. Not the birds. How do I get up to you? I'm just gonna use a... Wow, it actually takes 2 gouging tops to kill you. Suit yourself. There are so many of you in this area. Is there any... Is it just because our attack power is so dang high? Could there be a point earlier in the game, maybe, where we would not have been able to just one-shot you all? Curious to check up here and see. Aha, there is. I was wondering because the I saw the lights inside and I wondered if there was a way for me to get in. You look like you might be an NPC that I can talk to. That's what I was kind of hoping. Hello there. What do you have on your head? What is... I'm thinking all of a sudden of the Mensis Cage and Mikolash. Please do not talk to me about cause or some say cause him. With those weird slugs out there, who knows? Dude thinks he's a basket. Actual literal basket case? I guess we'll greet him, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Oi.
Yes, please. Calm down.
よかったよ。あんたはまともなお人だよ。あんた、何か聞きたいことがあるのかい？ただ、すまねえが、ほら、このままカゴかぶったままでいさせてくれ。
Basket wearer Shosuke. He actually made a Mikolash noise there for a second. My goodness. I guess let's... This is the best intelligence that we can get in this situation, I guess. So let's ask about the village. We're not asking about the basket on his head. At least not yet.
みんなおかしくなっちまってた。オラもずっと頭がぼーっとしていたんだけども、ゲーゲー吐いたら目が覚めたんだ。喉が渇いてたくさんお酒を飲んだからな。
Yes, the best way to hydrate.
きっとそれで吐いちまったんだ。神主様が時々お酒を振る舞ってくださるんだ。ただな、お酒を飲むと喉が渇いちまう。酒樽はすぐ空になる。仕方なく皆池や川の水をすするんだ。けどな、飲めば飲むほど喉が渇く。喉が渇いて渇いてたまらなくなるだ。
I see. So, okay, well, sake is not ideally the first choice in hydration, but if the water in the pond is not cutting it, I suppose you have to resort to whatever means necessary. They drank too much water. They all fear fire, huh? Inuhiko?
あいつの松屋には長く燃えるからな。
Inuhiko.
まったくいまいましい。犬彦は村の鼻つまみ者だ。獣の肉など食いやがる。だから神主様もあいつにはお酒をあげないのさ。
その犬彦の家はどこだ？
池の向こう側さ。どん詰まりに犬彦の家がある。
So the pronunciation there is a little tough for me. Inushko, it sounds like maybe is the way it's been said, but we I might need to review that one more time here. They fear fire, and then Inushko started burning pine resin, locked himself in his house. His pine resin burns a long time. He's the village outcast, eats wild animal meat, which is why the head priest doesn't give him any sake. Okay. So we're gonna have to fight him, I'm guessing? Oops.
水源に近いお社にいらっしゃるぞ。神主様はおっしゃってた。皆で都人になろうぞってな。
Citizens of the
お酒をたく
palace.
さん飲めば都人になれるってさ。ん？都人ってなんだろうな。
Let me just review that one more time.
神主とは。 Find
him near the shrine, near the water source. Citizens of the palace. Drink sake, you shall become citizens. Yeah, I think he's talking about the Fountainhead Palace, I want to say. There's a lot going on there, but we've got a literal basket case. We've got some crazy Inushko?
頭がぼーっとなかなか消えない漁師の犬彦のやつが
Nushko. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, so he's locked in, burning, setting shit on fire, going all crazy. We got a crazy priest telling everybody to drink sake. We got people rezzing constantly out of the ground. This place is totally not fucked.
そうかい。行っちまうのかい。オラはここでカゴにこもってるよ。
Yeah, you do that. You do that, buddy. Must resist drinking. Yeah, I suppose now that I think of it, if that's what you're doing, if that is your plan for if that's your plan for sobriety, I suppose that's as good a good plan as anything else. Alrighty. So I guess I was seeing if there's a door that would help us get out here, but I guess we're just actually, how are we getting out? How are we getting out? Hugging wall. Are we supposed to hug the wall here to turn one of the... How actually are we getting outside? This thing? Wait a second. There should be a grapple point here that gets me out, right? Or I just jump out? I'm probably making this harder than it needs to be. Where's the grapple point? Okay, this is a little embarrassing here that I am not immediately figuring out how to get out of this house. There's the grapple point. God damn it. The grappling hook system sometimes is a little finicky because you got to be standing in the right spot. Okay, so across the way there is a lot to this area. We haven't even started swimming around, although I'm not seeing any carp. That's my first thought when we find a new place to swim, is are we going to have any carp that we can kill for scales? All right, let's go ahead and continue to take out the villagers here, who are generously giving me iframes. Some pacifying agent. Oh goody, there's gonna be terror here too. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep killing shit until it stops spawning, because it does seem like it happens at some point, and we're getting lots of sen and experience. Maybe not lots, but we're getting enough to make it somewhat worth my time, when these are like the easiest kills in the world. But we're trying to figure out what is going on in Mibu Village. And I'm also curious, we got some fat wax there, that's nice. I'm also curious, how is it tied to all our balloons, right? All of our balloons are Mibu balloons. That is an interesting potential connection. That made me think of, you seem a little different. You seem like you might be a little bit different than the rest. But when I knocked over the boards there, it sounded a little bit like a wolf barking. Okay, this guy, oh, I see. It's one of the big boys. There's actually a couple of them up there. So we do have some other enemy types to deal with. Can we actually break this? We can, but it's not having any effect on things. I had thought at first that was going to be an important part of despawning enemies in the area. Was there something inside of this building? I thought I saw some loot inside of one of these. This was the building where we talked to the guy. This one looks like it might have loot inside. Can we get up there? Whoa! Bro. Bro. Where the hell did you even come from? So there are some that just sort of pop out of the ground. I mean, they all kind of pop out of the ground, but there are some that just kind of are there and meant to just grab you a little bit. Okay, why is the grapple point being so finicky? I'm trying to get on top of this roof, and it is, it was so easily visible at one point here, and then it's gone. What the heck is going on here? Ah, there are some things about Sekiro that do frustrate at times, and one of those can be the grapple point system. There are so many of these balloons that we have not been taking advantage of. Maybe I should be popping those more often. If I go back up here, I did see some fish out in the water that I'm curious to maybe try to take on. Here's the hole that I was looking for. Okay, any enemies in here? I hear like some scribbling or something, or scratching. But there's no enemy. Is this snakeskin? That looks like snakeskin on there. I don't know if that's meant for... That definitely looks like snakeskin. Do we have more snakes to worry about? Let us... How do we want to handle this? Let's go out in the water here and see about taking on some of these fish. So there are some fish that I'm targeting underneath the water, it seems, which is kind of similar. Wow, that guy actually just jumped at me. Okay, that was a little bit more dangerous. A little bit more dangerous than what we faced before. But I noticed that it was able to... I'm able to target these fish that are, like, under the water, which was very much like what we had back... The gouging top does nothing against you. It's a lot like what we had back at the castle, which was very mysterious. Is it a similar sort of deal here? How are we supposed to deal with the enemies that we can target but can't reach? What is the deal there? Now, those fish that we're killing are not yielding anything special. No carp scales. So I don't know if it is worth our time to try to take you out. And they are potentially problematic, potentially dangerous, as I am getting a little bit of damage here. Can I drink my gourd when I'm in the water? I can. It's not an insignificant amount of damage that we're getting from you. Can't really hit you from the boat. Actually, I can. Never mind. We get 84 experience. It's not nothing. But it feels like it's not worth our time to try to kill all the fish. That it's just... We're just supposed to maybe avoid them. Get on with our lives. Alright, so we've got some more villagers over here. What is this way? What do we have this way? Just more of the villagers for the moment. Trying to keep my eyes peeled for potentially tougher enemies like the long swordsmen that are going to get in the mix. This place is quite big. It is spread out in a way that does make it a little bit difficult to kind of keep track of where you are. There's a grapple point up here. Nice to get a good vantage point when you can. So we're going to go down and get these items. I'm just trying to see if there's any enemies that I can target. Oh my goodness, there are so many. There's also a big bell guy. So this is the first time that we've had to engage with any of the big enemies here that are more than just the you know, the small enemies that die in one hit. Oh my gosh, there's terror. There is terror. Okay, that is a little bit different story than what we've had before. I don't know how that terror was being inflicted. Somebody was, I don't know, throwing some sort of like terror bomb at us. Is that what was going on? Okay, let's see if we can get out of here. So far, this is the first situation where we have to be a little bit more careful of not just... There's definitely a stronger enemy to deal with. As in the bell enemies. Which we've never actually fought before. We kind of had the guy that was back in... was it the reservoir? That we never actually took on. Are we supposed to use the spears against these guys? We have never yet found an enemy. Ooh, Divine Abduction maybe, though. That's the one I actually want to try. Dude, Divine Abduction is sick. I should have maybe done the Puppeteer there. That might have been a good idea. But the Divine Abduction, being able to turn these guys around, is such a play. Okay, they can actually just pop out of the ground. Of course they did that the first time. But I wasn't expecting one so soon. I was not expecting another one so soon. Okay, yeah, this is the first instance now that we've seen of a very tough enemy coming to life once again. It does seem eventually, you have to be a little patient, but it does seem like eventually you get to a spot where they're no longer appearing. So we'll keep killing stuff. We'll keep killing stuff until it is despawned. I mean, if it really shows that, if it really does seem like these guys are actually not ending, but eventually they're giving loot, which makes me think that they're going to be permanently despawned. Man, this spot seems like they might be infinite. Maybe this is the spot. So far, there has been a limit each time, but this is the first time where it seems like they are not ending. So maybe I will move on. Maybe I will move on from this location. Okay, that actually does seem like those guys are infinite. Which has not really been the case up until this point. All right, let's see about getting the bell dude. I'm also trying to keep an eye out for whoever has terror. That's the terror there. Okay, I see it now. It's the guy. It's this guy. Let's go and heal. Are there any bell guys that have come back? Okay. I saw some lumps of fat wax in there. So that was a good haul. This is so different. This is such a different type of challenge that really is a lot more annoying than it is actually scary. We've definitely had, you know, the terror building up as quickly as it did there for a moment. Caught me a little bit off guard. Have these guys stopped spawning here? Why did they stop spawning? Is it because we went in and actually took out the herd? What is going on here? This place is This place is crazy. I thought this was an enemy here at first, but it's actually just a corpse in a tree, I think. It's just a corpse in a tree. That's creepy. That is creepy as hell, and I was half expecting it to attack me. Anything we missed over here? Looks like the end of the line. Could we actually just walk along this side of the... There is a spot to walk here if you wanted to, and this leads us back to this. Oh, yeah. What a great place we have reached here. Mibu Village. What a fantastic spot to hang out. So I feel like we have now... I guess we could keep approaching... Let's go back here real quick. We could keep approaching things from this side. Go back up here. We've explored down this way now, but we could keep heading in this direction. Thought I heard a rooster. You did not hear your friend die over there. Surprised that that was the case. So let's see if we can scout things out a little bit from this spot. I see somebody up here. What else do I see? So far you look like everybody else that we faced. There were some bell enemies, but even the bell enemies are not as terrifying when you know you can turn them around with this fan. This fan is actually legit. I am loving the ability to just sort of delete an enemy that I know is going to take a lot of hits and be sort of a pain. Because that's about the only thing that makes... When you're going up against a whole mob of enemies that all die in one hit, it's not that bad. But when you know there's one enemy that could stay on your case for a long time, it gets a little bit more problematic. Can we actually get up here? There is an idol there. There is a sculptor's idol. The game is giving me that icon. One thing I do like about Sekiro. How do I get across, though? Is there a grapple point here that I can see? I think I just have to... I don't think I can actually make... Unless I can make this jump. But I feel like I'm going to fall in the water if I do this. And there's no... Oh, there was a grapple point there. I think there was a grapple point. Let's try this one more time. Because if I can be a little sneaky here and grab this sculptor's idol, that would be a nice little bit of progress. Let's try this one more time. I at the last second before falling in the water, think that I saw a grapple point. I think it was too far away, though. So they do want us to approach from this side, and I might, now that I know where the sculptor's idol is, I think I might just make a run for it. And just go ahead and bank that checkpoint, and then we'll more fully explore. But for now, let's see if it'll let us run through. Jump, please. Jump, please. Jump, please. Jump, please. Beeline for the sculptor's idol. Let's go. And I'm going to go ahead and rest, so you all reset, and I get a reset on my gourds as well. Okay, now, what was the name of this sculptor's idol? Watermill. We're at the watermill. And I want to be pressing forward to the watermill, but first... Oh, there is actually a water wheel here. Cool. But first, we want to explore more thoroughly. So let's go ahead and start getting into the action. Start clearing out the wonderful, lovely, totally... Oh my god. Okay, you were actually a little scary because you came at me with a dagger. You came at me kind of like the hollows in DS1, going absolutely berserk. And those hollows in DS1, let me tell you, they were no joke. If they got on your case and you were not ready for them, you were gonna get fucked up in a hurry. This place is bizarre. The dude with the basket on his head, though, absolutely cracking me up. I still haven't used, I haven't used any of the, like maybe I should use, I have the wrong ninjutsu. I'm going to put the puppeteer ninjutsu back on. I have this one here. But let's put the puppeteer back on because I might want to go ahead and use that. I actually can't break that. Let's pick this up. Lots of Mibu balloons. Makes sense. Do we need to use... We're starting to get pretty healthy on our spirit emblems again. I was thinking of popping a balloon of spirit. We had started to get kind of low after the Guardian Ape. We're doing better, though. Now, there is another guy with a bell up here, I think. There's also a guy with a hammer. Maybe we'll go ahead and... Maybe we'll go ahead and grab you as our puppeteer. Having you on my side. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of you. I actually did not think about the fact that I wonder if you can actually have two... Can you actually have two puppets? I had just sort of assumed that the game would only let you have one. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Okay, there are a whole bunch of Nightjar Phantoms at first. Right now, all of a sudden. Okay, let's jump into the battle. It's really good. It's really good that we have a puppeteer. Or that we have a puppet that's on our side. What am I getting hit by? What am I getting hit by? I am getting whacked to death here. I guess I was getting hit by some shuriken. Okay, well that didn't go very well. Hold on here. I'm out of spirit emblems. Okay. So we need to back up a little bit here. 3 of you at once is a little too much to handle. This is the most that we've had of these guys. I forgot that we did respawn all of the enemies. Okay, how do I want to handle this here? How do I want to handle this? Yeah, 3 Nightjar is no joke. That is like... a really nasty situation. What I think I want to do is I could just go around and kill some of these other weaker enemies to see if I can get a res back. That might be a good thing to do. It would be nice if I could mind control one of the Nightjar. That would also be a nice thing for us to be able to do, but I need some spirit emblems for that. So let's do this, and we'll take a gourd. So now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use a sugar, a Gotchin's sugar. And I'm going to sneak around this way. No, they still latched onto me. Shit. I don't know if they all aggroed, though. Did they all aggro? Oh, I can't actually mind control him. I can't actually mind control that guy. So the mind control, the puppeteer mind control does not work against... It does not work against the Nightjar illusions. That is good to know. Does it work against you? I'm gonna go ahead and grab you so I have something to go against these Nightjar with. I also have my resurrection back now. That was the other thing that I was kind of hoping. It's interesting that you don't go away, or that you don't sort of go back to being invisible. Okay, so we got 2 of the phantoms or illusions or whatever they are. Apparitions. Where did the other one go? He's down there. I see him. Oh, he got taken out so fast. Hold on here. There's a rooster as well here somewhere that is in the mix. God damn it, you actually got a hit off. I keep losing track. Oh, there's the nightjar. He's sort of stuck down in that gully. Can I sneak around him somehow? That's what I would like to do. I would like to just sneak around to the other side and get a backstab on him and be done with it. But all of these have respawned. All of the guys in this area have respawned. That's the problem here. And now I'm getting fucked up. I don't really want to go through and clear you all out again. We've been down that road. This area all of a sudden got a lot more hairy. It's one thing when you've got the enemies that only take one hit and you can just sort of like, yeah, they take a little while to farm, but you can go through them. But then you throw in 4 nightjar apparitions and all of a sudden shit gets real. So I want to make my way. I would like to actually get rid of you guys. Maybe just one of you, and then I'll swim over here. I want to go this way. And now make my way around to where I think this nightjar is hanging out. There's a bunch of you here. If I can avoid being spotted by the crew, then I will do that, but maybe that's unavoidable. Maybe it is unavoidable. I guess I'll just take you guys out, whatever. For some reason I thought he was going to swing more quickly. All right, now he's still here. Except this guy fucking grabbed me, god damn it. Bro. This nightjar is smoking something though. I don't know what is going on with you. Bro. Boy, oh boy, did your AI get fucked up. All right. Now that that guy is out of this, that was really the only thing that I wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure that you were gone. Now I feel a lot less stressed about this. I'm assuming that that's all there is to the story here. Oh my. Okay, well this is actually, I think, our second bottle of Ashinosaki, which we got our first one, if I remember, we got it as a result of restoring the dragon rot the first time, something like that. It does not contain water from the fountainhead, but it is made from the purest of waters and is a drink beloved by the people of Ashina. Okay, so we have actually quite a bit of different sake still to find, maybe. Maybe there is a lot more than just the unrefined and the monkey booze that we need to get 3 copies of. Is it possible that we need 3 copies of each of these? We've seen now that new one, that new sake that was at the memorial mob. That quadruple nightjar situation set me into momentary panic mode, which I am now starting to recover from, and getting back into a little bit more of the thorough exploration mode. But I think we are finally getting the full exploratory treatment of this area. As hairy as it is, these guys popping out of the ground are maybe the most annoying part. There are so many of them that have been starting to pop out of the ground. Because everything else, that is the thing, is once they grab me, other stuff can also... Actually, these guys are very dangerous, aren't they? They are actually extremely dangerous when there are so many of these other mobs that are around. because if they grab you, you don't have iframes. You don't have iframes, and you also are stopped from drinking. So it is actually, it might be just a better move not to actually engage any of you and just go for the items. Get the items and get out of dodge. Such as a gourd seed. That's kind of what I was hoping for, something like an important item that was going to make this all worth my while. I really could probably care less about these balloons and other things. There are some like wax and other upgrade materials, but we finally have a new gourd seed. Okay, all right, gosh. Yeah, the guy that grabs you from the bottom is actually incredibly dangerous. Just wanted to see how hard it is to take you out with the gouging top. It's actually not that bad. So clearing out the enemies using. I'm actually gonna maybe do a round of. Let's just do a round of this real quick. Let's do a Mibu Balloon of Spirit, and we're gonna see about refilling our stock of. How do I actually avoid you? How do I actually avoid getting grabbed by you? I don't think I understand how to avoid getting grabbed. I did not mean to fall off there. That's annoying. Falling off into the water, god damn it. And then you have to go all the way back up here to get back up. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little bit of spirit emblem farming. And also have an excuse to use a balloon. It's actually kind of fun. I guess maybe the way to avoid getting grabbed is to quickly get into a death blow animation with another enemy. That is so much. That is so much stuff that we're racking up. These annoying little guys, these annoying little ankle grabbers. I guess maybe running. That might be the way. Is just to keep running. Keep running and avoid the grab. All right, I think we have spent enough time. There's nothing else to grab there. We got our gourd seed, and I don't even know if we probably didn't even get that many. I wanted to use a balloon. I never really used the balloons, and I just wanted to, for the sake of discussion, to say that I had actually popped a Mibu balloon when I'm in Mibu Village. It's always been on my to-do list. And now we have done it. I think we've scoured this part of the zone, though. Is there anything up here? There is an item up there. How do I get up to that? How do I get up there? All right, we started out in Mibu Village with not that big of a deal, not really that challenging, and then we really ratcheted up the excitement very quickly. How do I get to that, though? Is this a matter of jumping? No. And it doesn't seem to be a matter of jumping from here. Or it is. Never mind. I just need to jump better. Ooh, that was actually worth. Adamantite scrap. Nice. There is something up here. Maybe? What is up here? Or it just leads to a lookout point over this area. It's just a way for us to get into that area from the back. So I think now we have scoured that way. Trying to give my usual thorough treatment to an area. But this area is definitely proving to be a little bit more hairy in that regard. I see Jinzaemon up there. I see Jinzaemon. Let me quickly see if I can get this loot, and then we will see about getting to our buddy. There doesn't seem to be a grapple point, but I need to get on that roof, don't I? That was the key. Which I probably get from... Oh, actually, maybe not from there. Is it over here? I see. We get on the roof here, and then we make it over to this spot. Got it. And then we have some pellets. Cool. Potentially a way to explore up there in the river. Should we do that real quick? Is there anything we would possibly want to find this way? There's a bridge here. There's a chest. I do see a chest, and I see a grapple point up here. So this is one way to go. Am I also hearing a shamisen? I might finally be hearing a shamisen. I think I am. Just barely, somewhere in this direction. Shit. Okay, I don't want to deal with you right now. I just wanted to get a quick little scout of the situation there. Let's go back in this direction and talk with Jinzaemon first. And also rest. Get a refill on our gourds and such. Quick little rest. Stand on the water wheel just to say we did. All right. Here at the watermill in Mibu Village, just hanging out. No big deal. Jinzaemon, my friend, I think I hear a shamisen not too far. Why are you, you just taking a little rest here?
忍び殿か。あの調べに気を取られ、
I think he did hear it.
深くを取り申した。ああ、しかと聞こえる。きっとこの先にあの女僧者が。 やはりわしを待っておったのじゃな。
She's been waiting for you specifically, huh? Is that really what's going on?
やはり。
So we could go back in that direction, but I kind of want to see what the regular path has in store here. Feel like there is a battle coming though, and the shamisen player is actually not going to be friendly. Ooh. I get the sense that we are headed for some sort of a battle. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm not totally sure if this is a friendly or a hostile situation. Probably a friendly situation, but just to be sure, I am going to quickly... We've actually accrued a fair bit of sen, and we have a new gourd seed. So why don't we go ahead and quickly find a way to cash in that stuff. Maybe what I will do in this case is actually buy... Let's go back, first of all, to the start of the village here, and give another look to the memorial mob, and maybe I'll buy some of the coin purses, or we just buy the gourd. But let's take another look here and see what you have. We could buy... You also have this sake and a treasure carp scale. Maybe we get the sake and a treasure carp. Maybe that's what we get. This is going to be nice to have, but I don't know if we need it right away. Like if we have another, if we knew we had another boss or something that was going to involve terror, then this might be a more urgent purchase, but maybe we can afford to wait on that and we can pop some coin purses if we really need it. We have 4 adamantite scrap now. I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the sake and we're going to buy a treasure carp scale. Let's do that. I feel like we're definitely gonna get use out of those. So let's do that for now, and then let's also head back to Emma. Get our new gourd. Go back to the temple. And then we will see about our shamisen player. We've been looking for her for a long time. This is not where we want to go. I'm so used to, I still have that muscle memory from the early part of the game. Coming back to the temple. Coming directly back to the temple to turn in our gourd seeds. Emma has moved, though. Emma is in a different spot. Hello. I'm curious to look at this menu also. Yeah, so, okay. And the monkey booze option is gone, which is what I remembered. So I'm wondering, is there one more Ashinosaki somewhere? Is there 2 more Dragon Spring sake? For later. For now, gourd seed. We'll continue to ponder that and other things. Okay. Cool. All right, now let's find out what is going on. Do you also have a basket? This is a thing, apparently, is putting a basket on your head to keep the is this what you do to keep the terror away? Why so sad, though? Yeah, why are you crying?
なぜ泣く
悲しいのです。
何が悲しい
今頃は作座様、どこにどうしてございましょう。それがわからぬのが悲しいのです。会えずともせめて知りたい。なれど頼りを出しても帰ってこぬ。誰も居場所を教えてくれぬ。ねえ、御人、作座様はいずこですか？
Sakuza-sama. Yeah, I do not know, unfortunately. So, Jinzaemon is after you. You're after Sakuza, Sazuka. I'm already screwing up the name. Either way, I don't know where this lord is at.
知らぬ
あなたも嘘つき。どうして皆
I'm being honest. Oh god. I had a feeling, Orin of the Water. Orin of the Water. Are you an apparition? Well, we are able to do posture damage to you. We are able to deal posture damage to you, but I'm not sure if we can deal vitality damage to you. Regardless, we were able to deal enough posture damage to get you there. Sakuza-sama. I'm at least recognizing the sweep there. Let's get our posture back a little bit. It sounds a lot like the headless music. And I think that's the case. I think we're not actually able to deal vitality damage to her. But maybe we don't need a divine confetti because we can still deal enough posture damage that it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and take some Gokan's sugar. That left us so open, though. Goddamn. Okay. Orin of the Water. She said Sakuza-sama brought that man in his stead, and he's right over there. Are we talking about Wolf, or are we talking about Jinzaemon? Either way, we are going to go back to talk to Jinzaemon. That was an interesting battle. It was definitely, I don't think we were doing any vitality damage. Maybe we never actually hit her. Our counterattacks, she might have been blocking or deflecting. So I don't know for sure, but she did feel like an apparition type enemy. We had kind of the similar music that we had with Headless. I think it was the exact same music that we have against the Headless enemies. And I never saw, from what I could tell, sometimes I don't interpret these details correctly during the battle, but I didn't see her vitality going down. However, posture damage was building up and we got the win. So I'll take it. We also picked up another one of these Breath of... Oh shit, this is Breath of Life. Oh my goodness, this is the skill that we've had access to if we wanted to spend 5 of our skill points. We could have gotten one of these a long time ago, but we finally have a latent skill that recovers vitality upon performing a successful death blow. Hell yeah. Death blows provide Shinobi with an opportunity to breathe. Experiencing battles with powerful opponents further deepens this moment of respite. Very cool. That's great. We also got a prayer bead, as we usually do against the double death blow enemies. Interesting. We finally found the shamisen player, and my instincts were correct in this regard. We were entering a tough battle, which we were able to get on the first try. Always feels good to get something first try in Sekiro. Our character is pretty strong as well. That helps definitely. But let's check with Jinzaemon here and let him know, my dude, the shamisen player,
そこにおるのは忍び殿か。ああ。忍び殿には礼を申さねば。礼だと。あの女僧者を
Really?
連れてきてくださったであろう。ついさっき。わしを撫でながら調べを聞かせてくれた。今までとは違う子守歌のような安らかで温かい調べじゃ。奏でながらこう言うてくれた。よく来てくれましたねと。やはりわしを呼んでおったのじゃな。忍び殿、これをもらってくだされ。
Aw, that's pretty cool. We picked up Jinza's Jizo statue. Buddha effigy bound in light pink cloth. Raise in prayer between one's palms to restore a node of resurrective power. To enswathe a Jizo statue is to express feelings of parental love. Lord Sakuza-sama, please take this cloth and use it to bundle this little one so that he may live on in peace. That was pretty cool, though, because it sounded like we almost brought kind of like a piece to this spirit. because it does seem like the shamisen player that was a ghost or a spirit that was searching for Lord Sakuza and was kind of existing on in a state of discontent, and we were able to bring some closure for her, I think, and make her realize that, hey, there's this guy Jinzaemon right nearby. You can focus your attention on him and be at peace. Something like that. I think that's pretty cool. Also, that's the end for Jinzaemon. I hadn't quite expected that. Oh my goodness. We can't talk to him anymore, and it does seem like that's a rip. Rip Jinzaemon. Huh. My friend, we only knew you so well. I didn't know you were, maybe you were injured from battle or something, or maybe you had finally reached your own. Finding the shamisen player was enough for you? Huh. That is a little bit of a bittersweet ending. I bid you I bid you farewell and wish you the best in whatever the next state of existence is for you. Perhaps we will still cross paths, who knows, in Sekiro with spirits and apparitions and undying. This may not be the end of the road for you, but it is going to be the end for this installment of Sekiro, because we have managed to survive the Mibu Village and all of its monstrosities and the craziness that was going on here. And we were able to find the shamisen player and perhaps bring some closure to our buddy Jinzaemon's questline. The game kept prompting us to lure him back to the abandoned dungeon, and I will definitely be trying that. That's something for New Game Plus or another playthrough, but I am glad, at least, I'm not glad that he is passed away. I'm hoping that there's maybe a little bit more resolution to the story beyond that, but it still feels like this was where his questline was meant to end up. Either way, we're going to be pressing on forward from here next time and seeing what lays in store with the rest of the watermill. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.